Hey everybody, Lewis here, Rshackbbq and other things. So this is all continuation to where we're going here. You've seen that 2-burner propane stove I got from Rovesun. You've seen me light it and get it going and do the initial burn in. Then you saw that new meat stick that I'm going to be using here. And now we're kind of at the point where I'm going to show you what all this is going to be used for. I have the final piece to this puzzle right here as far as the equipment. This here I got from Cajun Bandit. I actually paid for it. Talked to them about doing this video, and they said, yeah, we can hook you up with a slight discount. So they did that, which I'm grateful for, but I was going to do this cook anyways. So let me open this up and show you what I got here. Once again, pull out my trusty old box knife, cut off the tape. We'll spin it this time. All right. Nice big box. They sent me some fire starter, as my buddy over there at Big Lou Barbecue and other things would say. Plenty of fire starter here. Get that out of the way. Got a box of parts. Nice. Well packed in here. Has another box. We'll bring it over closer. Anybody want to guess what this is? You might know what it is now. Careful, I don't want those to fall off. All right. And I love Cajun Bandit because they always send a sticker. And I love their stickers. That's cool. Got the old raccoon, or that's what I think it is, a raccoon. Ooh, something wrapped up in here. Oh, mounting hardware, very nice. And they always have great instructions for their equipment. That's another good thing about Cajun Bandit. Set that over. Set that right there. Get that out of the way. Here's one of the major parts of it. Nice, heavy duty, kind of long, don't you think? Wonder what that's for. We'll just lean it up right here for now. All right. Get that out of the way. So, if you haven't figured out what it is a rotisserie for one of those 26-inch kettles I have. Now, one nice thing is Cajun Bandit is about the only place you can find that actually has a rotisserie for a 26-inch kettle. And here it is. That is so nice. I like that. Now what I've done is I've gotten the battery powered motor. I didn't go with the electric one. Now I do have electric motors if I need it for other rotisseries, and I'm looking at it, and let's look at the rod. I knew that the rod diameter itself was going to be thicker than a standard kettle, or a 22-inch kettle rotisserie, but the way it looks like, I will verify this, but this end here looks like which goes into the motor actually is tapered down to the size that a standard motor works at. But let me verify that before you go out and buy one of these. So we have that. At least that's what I'm hoping, is that it is the same size. Let's get this open up. Well, these are your forks. Nice heavy duty forks. Get that out of the way, as you can see. Very nice. It's got a handle. Now this is for your counterweight balance right here. You got your ride glide, as I would call it. So this would go on here. We'll back the little set screw wing nut so you can slide it on there, and we'll get it where we think it needs to go. Something like this. On this end you have your counterweight. It just sits like this. Put your little thread on there like that, and then the handle. Sorry, I didn't realize I was blocking it. So all that does is allow it to spin. You know, this will be up. I actually have it backwards, but I'll take this off, because this is your motor end. Motor end! Sounds like a... let's do it this way. It must go on like this. Sounds like a Sister Christian song. Sister Christian. Or God, I don't remember that song now. My bad. What's going on here? Alright, that goes like that. It actually shows it hanging out here quite a far. I got it on. So the way that they show it on the drawing is this goes like this. And we'll have to get the motors hooked on here. And it goes in there like that. And then, of course, your motor will be over here on the brackets, which are right here. We'll get that mounted real quick. Just hand tight. So this is definitely all right. Real easy to do. Here's your mounting bracket. See how it sits in here. Okay. So mounting bracket goes like that. Get it turned the right way. So this goes down and your motor will sit right up in there. So let's get all our hardware here. It's all stainless steel hardware. You got 4 stainless bolts with wing nuts. You don't have to leave your spit in there. You can move it out of the way. But we'll put that there. We'll put this on here like this, making sure that I don't have it upside down, which I don't. Got there. We got the 2 bottom ones on. Put the wing nut on. Wham. Like so. Alright. Take down just a hair. There we go. So we got that. We got that. We got our motor. It's just got an on-off switch. Get it on here like so. Got our pit in there, our pit rod in there. Then let's adjust our stop on this end. Like so. All right, everything is on there. So this does have a power port right there too. If you had the right power cord, you could actually hook the power up to it right there. So let me get some batteries in it and we'll get her fired on, see how she does. This is my 26-inch performer that I built. I got a regular 26-inch over there too. Let's go ahead and take this off. Just carefully set it there. We're not going to be using the grate, so let's get that down and out of the way. Something like that. I got to tell you something, guys. This rotisserie is huge. This thing is big, so we're going to end up putting it on here like so. Yep. Like this. There it goes. Gonna kind of press it in. Probably when it burns, when it gets heated up, it'll actually kind of form. Got plenty of clearance. See how our lid fits. Oh yeah. This is gonna be awesome. This thing looks like a monster on here. You can see there how nice and big that is. Wow. Gonna work out awesome. So when we get into this cook, I'll show you how I'm gonna set it up and stuff. I want to see if a regular motor will fit on that. So let me get one of those and we'll test that out real quick. A regular motor here, we'll just set it here. Let's take the spit out, take this motor out of the way. Let's see. So yeah, it's the same size as a typical one of my electric motors on it, just like I can run the battery one. But the whole point was to get the battery one to see if it had enough juice to actually turn it. Let's see what the power one does. See what happens. Yeah, power motor will work on it. It's rotating it just fine. Okay, quick update on this. What you'll see is I actually put the little writing plate thingy-majig on the inside here. That way the arm of the set screw won't hit the lid on the outside. It was hitting the lid out there. So now with it on the inside, we can put the lid on there and everything will ride smoothly. Get that on there. I think that's how you counterweight the balance. You do want it to swing around. All right, so we have it all set up and rolling like we want it. Here we have the battery packed motor on here, and we'll look at that here in just a minute. But we'll go ahead and turn this on. As you can see, it works just as well as the power one. The only thing I'd like to say about it is it's a little bit noisier than my electric motor one, but it definitely has enough power to get it up and over and spinning around. Now this runs off of two D-size batteries. And let's go ahead and just has an on-off switch right here. You can see it just spins the little gear around. And the batteries go right in here. Pop this cover off. There we go. As you can see, two D-size batteries in there. And we'll put the cover back on, like so. And that's just it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this all set up and ready for a cook, which will be coming out this Saturday. Stay tuned.